Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Gloria Visser-Niven, and I'm the Director of Communications here at Mount Royal University. And I'd like to heartily welcome you to campus for today's exciting announcement. We will begin today with remarks from Minister Devin Dreeshen, followed by remarks from one of our very own students, Mark Eames. After that, we will have some time for questions. So with that, I would now like to introduce the Honourable Devin Dreeshen, Minister of Transportation and Economic Corridors. Minister?
Well, thank you very much. It's great to be here today. And I guess I didn't tell everybody. I went to U of A, so I was a Golden Bear. So I probably shouldn't have started with that, but there's a lot of you behind me, so I thought I'd just get that out of the way with right off the bat. But no, pleased to be here on behalf of Premier Danielle Smith and the colleagues from our government. And I'd like to start by thanking Mount Royal University for hosting us here today. Last fall, our government announced changes would be made to the GDL program in spring of this year. And I'm proud to share that effective today on April 1st, graduated driver's licenses are no longer needed to take an advanced road test to progress to get a full Class 5 driver's license in Alberta. Now, that's about 700,000 Albertans that currently have a GDL. And this number continues to grow because of the advanced road test is a costly administrative hurdle that causes many drivers to just simply not take that test. So the actual experience behind the wheel of being demerit and suspension free is a way better indication that a driver is actually ready for a full driver's license here in Alberta. Now, removing the advanced road test will save Albertans time and money. In fact, it'll save Albertans over $7 million a year based on the $154 test being taken 48,000 times in 2022 of last year. Now, at the same time, we are enhancing the basic road test and strengthening the GDL exit requirements to ensure drivers have safe driving habits and remain safe on the road. Now, to progress to a full Class 5 driver's license, drivers must demonstrate safe driving behaviors by having no suspensions or demerits within the last year. But the good news doesn't end with the elimination of the advanced road test. On June 25th of this year, our government will implement technology that will automatically upgrade eligible GDL drivers to non-GDL drivers. Now, the existing GDL drivers who meet the requirements will automatically exit the GDL program and will receive a letter from the Government of Alberta confirming that they have exited the program. Now, starting today, drivers who have an urgent need to exit the GDL program right away, such as for employment, are eligible based on their GDL exit criteria, can go to their local registry office and do so today. Now, we want to have a solution available for those Albertans in advance of these IT changes that will take effect on June 25th. So that's why eligible drivers can go to a registry agent today to get rid of their GDL. But it is important to note that all restrictions of a GDL license will remain in place until a driver has received a letter from the Government of Alberta indicating that they have exited the GDL program. So this means that as of today, about 500,000 drivers will be eligible to automatically exit out of the GDL program under the new rules and will receive a letter noting this after June 25th. Now, this is great news for Alberta young drivers, such as many of these students who are with us here today at Mount Royal. And so with that, I'd like to thank you all for being here and your time today and introduce Mark Eames, who is a student at Mount Royal, who can personally attest to the improvements that this change that the Government of Alberta has made will benefit young Albertans. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for having me here today, Minister Dreeshen. I'm excited about today's announcement, and it'll help me and other new drivers across Alberta save both time and money. As a student, it's difficult to make ends meet and find time to get everything done, so removing the costly administrative hurdle of getting a full Class 5 or Class 6 driver's license is great news. I can now use the $154 that I would have spent for the advanced road test on food and rent. The advanced road test is also a roadblock for students and other new drivers to finding jobs. It has created unnecessary red tape for my generation. I think the elimination of the Class 5 and Class 6 advanced road tests is one of the most significant cost-saving and red tape reduction measures introduced for young Alberta drivers, and I'd like to thank the Alberta government for making this change. I'm also happy that the Alberta government is automating this change. It saves me and other young drivers from having to go to a registry to exit the GDL program. It's great to see a change that cuts costs and red tape for so many people, 500,000 drivers, in fact. I appreciate that this government is focused on making life easier and more affordable for Albertans. Thank you for your time today.
So with that, we'll move on to questions from the media. So you'll get one question and one follow-up. So we'll start with people on the floor here today. If you have any questions, please step up to the mic. Seeing none, will operator please put through the first caller.
Thank you. There are no questions on the line at this time.
Okay, seeing no questions. Oh, we got a question from the floor.
Darren from CTV News. And telling me, explain to me again why, do you not, I mean, there's been so much talk about driving the last few years, semi-drivers and stuff like that. Is this not a good idea to actually not have people go through that thing, have another exam, make sure that they're safe to drive? Because in Alberta, we have such a wide variety of people in small cities to small towns to big cities. Is it not better just to have everybody trained, guaranteed to be trained the same way?
So that's why with these changes, the GDL program itself is not completely being eliminated. So there are 700,000 drivers that are in the GDL program. 200,000 have a demerit or a suspension on their driving records already. But there are 500,000 GDL drivers that have no demerits or no suspension and have not had any demerits for a year. So those, in my book, are the safest drivers out on the roads. And I hate to do a poll behind me of how safe these drivers are. But I know that from 18 to 36 years of age, so there's still the requirement of a 16 or 17-year-old just getting their Class 5 would still have to go through the GDL program, and still 200,000 GDL drivers that are still within the GDL program, which they can get out of if they do a $154 advanced road test and take that extra testing. So this has, I think, a right balance of having that extra test for those that may need it to get a full Class 5 driver's license, but also recognizes the great driving that over almost 500,000 Albertans do on a yearly basis, just to recognize that they don't have to go through this burden to be able to get another license or to have the full benefits of a Class 5 driver's license.
So is the only going to be the difference is that you won't have to take the test? You're still going to be on a DDL for the first 2 years? Is that correct?
No, for a new driver getting a test, yes, they would still have to have a 2-year wait and see to see if they can actually get out of the GDL program. That's correct.
Are there any questions on the line? All right, and with that, thank you for your time today, and have a great rest of your day, everyone.
Great, thank you.